Welcome to the TED Ed Podcast, where we delve into the issues that shape our daily lives and drive our productivity. We confront topics that matter deeply to all of us, from healthcare and affirmative action to voting rights and monetary success and failure. We cover it all. And yes, we dive into the complex world of politics, exploring how our country has evolved from slavery to the 21st century. Our content is crafted with care and expertise, drawing from years of experience in these critical areas. We invite you to give the TED Ed podcast a listen. You won't be disappointed. Share your thoughts with friends and confidants, and don't forget to like, comment, and share our episodes. Your engagement helps us grow and reach more listeners. Are you passionate about these topics? Do you have unique insights to share? You could be one of our guest speakers. Drop us a line, send an email, or leave a comment. All requests will be considered. Join us on this journey of exploration and understanding. This is the TED Ed Podcast. Thank you, and enjoy the show.
Yeah, we can't have looking at our high school days and stuff, man. We have to keep that private.
We got all
Man,
kind of stories, bro. You know,
I
high
know
school,
it, man.
college, all
I
that, man.
know it, man. It's been a while, but it's King's holiday, man, and I don't know. It seems like they done forgot about my boy. It's all about the inauguration.
Well, that's our business, but I can tell you right now, all day today, man, I've been listening to his speeches, man. And the one I like when he spoke at this high school in Philadelphia. And the name of the speech was Blueprint.
Mm,
Excellent speech.
mm.
He talked about it all. And man, I'm going to tell you, if you go back and listen to his speeches, you can just put it in for today.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of them.
Yep.
And my hat is off to him, man, because he made a mighty sacrifice. A sacrifice for the people. And he was always out there. He was like Malcolm X, always talking to people and out there talking to people that were influencers and telling them about things that we have to do as a people. Him and Malcolm X. That's what it appears to me, that they were never home, bro. They were never home. They was always out there doing
Well,
what they felt they had to do to help the people,
well,
to
most of them,
progress.
most of them, both of them anyway, had very good spouses who understood what they were doing and understood the dangers and stuff that both of them were in. And this man was under constant danger. His wife was under constant danger, and they knew it, even from law enforcement. They couldn't trust the FBI. They didn't know if they were the ones and stuff who were after them who were going to eventually kill him. But he knew that he was just people. The white folks just hated him, and a lot of his folks and stuff got hurt and stuff by it. They got beat up and all that. He got put in jail. But the speech that I remember was the one that he did in Memphis the night before he died, and they would tell you that if you listen to that speech, that he almost knew that that night was his last night on this earth.
Yeah.
It and if you listen to it, and I've listened to it, man, sometime at least 4 or 5 times. And matter of fact, I got a recording of it and stuff someplace here on one of my hard drives and everything that I've saved. I don't know where it's at right now, but he it man, that speech just right at the end of it, it just touched you, man, because you knew that the next day he was going to die. He was going to be dead. So you wonder and stuff about the pressure that something like this puts upon you. You wonder and stuff what, and I'm looking at a lot of the women and stuff out there. You look at girlfriend here in Georgia and stuff, and he had to move out of her house. The death threats and stuff got so bad, she had to move out of her house, and she moved into unknown apartments and stuff and everything to protect her family because these people were putting these death threats on her and her family. And I'm pretty sure that they probably did the same thing with Kamala Harris, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other. I see that Jasmine Crockett and stuff. She's getting a lot of threats and stuff and everything, but she's handling it and stuff with dignity or whatever. So it's a horrible shame that people who are standing out, who are fighting for the folks, who are fighting for people and stuff who need to be fought for, are being threatened like this. That their lives and stuff are being threatened because they're trying to do something right. Very sad.
Absolutely right. I mean, the thing is, what I look at, and this right here is not a monopoly. I mean, the point is that this has been going on for decades and decades and decades. All our leaders that tried to come together and bring us together. There's always opposition to stop the progress of us in this country. Now, because you had that mentality of the KKK, and then it branches off to other little things, maybe a little bit more, I won't say civilized, but more whatever. They have branched off to all kind of different little organizations. And the thing is that even though hundreds of these people that speak out, talk about unifying Black people, progressing Black people, all of that, we still are progressing, but you always hear that story, one step back, two steps backwards.
One step forward, two steps back.
Yeah, I'm sorry, one step forward, two steps back. So the point is that everybody's trying to come up with a solution. Not everybody, but a lot of people. And try to figure out what is going on here. Why can't we unify as a people? A lot of people want us to act like there's no color. When I see you, I don't see no color. Well, you're blind. So, I was listening to the guy that's head of Urban League, and he was speaking on a lot of good things, and he didn't really go into it because they only gave him like 15, 20 minutes to talk. And he knows what's going on in the business world, on the Black side and the white side and all the other. He's very astute of this. He's up in age now. And the thing is, where are the younger people? Where are they standing? That's my thing right now. Where are the younger people? Who are the leaders of the younger people? There are some that's every once in a while they're on TV and what have you. But the thing is, where are, we need, I remember when they said, well, we don't need one leader anymore. We got a bunch of leaders. But they pockets. There are a lot of Black organizations that's in existence right now. And some are even coming against their own kind, their own people. And, they're calling some of these people, like right now, we know the big thing now, the inauguration, we don't know how this thing gonna fall out with Snoop Dogg. Now, Snoop Dogg has always been pro-Black, as long as I can remember. So we don't know. Because politics is something else, bro. When you side with people that are definitely not totally for your people. So now they talking about boycotting Snoop Dogg. They talking about what's the boy's name?
And Nelly,
Nelly. So I don't know what's going on. We got a big divide here.
I had that discussion with my wife about that, and matter of fact, she woke me up last night to say, "You see that thing about Snoop Dogg?" I said, "Yeah." Wait, I said, "I don't see anything wrong with it." She stomped out the room. It didn't say nothing anything else to me. So this morning, I re-entered that topic. I said, "This man, look, he has a lot of stuff going on." I said, "Look back at what he is doing, what he has done. He has taken care of kids and stuff there in the Los Angeles area. He has his he's involved with this football league there in LA, and he spends his time and his money with these kids. He does things and stuff in the community that we need, that we know, that most people out there in LA, they know about what he is doing. Sometimes he does stuff and everything, and people don't even know that he has done it. So I think that sometimes we as a people need to look at these folks' past and realize that whatever happened in the past, I don't think it really changed them. There is something. There was a reason why he did what he did, and he is not saying anything about it. He's keeping his mouth shut, and I do believe that what he's planning on doing is taking whatever these people give him, because he doesn't need the money, and give it to the people and stuff who really need it back there in Los Angeles area. Them folks out there, man, they need a lot of stuff and everything. And I do believe that once these get done and he gets that big old check from the people, he's gonna hand that check right over to those organizations out there who are helping these folks and stuff to recover from that disaster there in Los Angeles. So you playing the
Well,
part.
the big question mark, and I'm saying question mark, these entertainers, famous entertainers, celebrities, they make their money on popularity.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're an artist, you want to entertain as many people who will pay for your ticket,
Mm-hmm.
whether it's at the movies, on stage, whatever, concerts, all of that.
Mm-hmm.
I heard some comments about when Beyonce did her little 5 minute talk, you know, for Kamala. And man, they was roasting her white folks like crazy. She ain't that good, no way. She can't sing, blah, 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 all that kind of negative crap. She can't sing, she can't act. You know, only reason why she made it because of her husband, all that stupid stuff. So there is a cost when you choose a side politically. There is a cost when you choose a side when it comes to social uh, mobility as far as black people and economic social mobility. So this is a hard thing, man, because as long as I can remember, there were always entertainers supporting black causes. So I don't know. I don't have the answer because I'm not in their shoes. Making that kind of money. Somebody pay you $200,000 to do a half a dozen songs. That's crazy. You know, and and a lot of these entertainers, back in the day, I don't know if they're still doing it. I'm sure they are. They would do private sets in
Mm-hmm.
people's homes and make hundreds of thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
So, and they got to make money.
Mm-hmm.
So what do? You might not like what the Saudi Arabia people are doing over there, the Saudis and all that and that kind of thing. But they say, hey, I got $200,000 if you just show up and do a few songs and and let some of the people meet you because you're very famous.
Mm-hmm.
You're gonna turn down that $200,000 for a couple hours of work?
Mm-mm. And you see, I said it right quick. Mm-mm. I'm not turning that down. I'm not turning anything down. I'm gonna get that money, and if whoever don't like it, I'm sorry. My family has to eat. They have
So
to
that's
eat.
all I'm saying,
Right. They have
because
to eat.
this.
And but I want the audience to know, don't get me wrong. I understand your feelings about that. I understand your feelings about that. But I understand why Snoop is probably doing it. And I understand why Nelly is probably doing it. And the other rappers and stuff who did that yesterday, did their show and everything and stuff for him, his pre inauguration party thing. I understand why they did it. They wanted that money.
I want to IE this.
Yeah, they wanted that money. So,
This is the IE I want to put on this, is that the thing is that people, a lot of people, are doing memes as though like they tap dancing,
mm-hmm,
shuffling. That's the category they putting them in.
mm-hmm,
So, when you're talking about economics, you're talking about social, you're talking about political, all of those things. That's a hard thing to juggle. It's a hard thing to juggle, bro. And you know, it's just like when Ice-T had his own agenda and he went to 45 about it. So it's a whole lot of stuff that's going on in our community.
well,
Who, who
that thing really actually broke Ice, man. If I got to say anything about it, that thing broke him. He is it did some damage to his career. I mean, big time damage. And you're right, he might have been going and doing this thing to be well intentioned, but it did some damage to him. Now, what this thing with uh, Snoop gonna do to his career and his whatever's going on, I don't know, because just like you said, there's a lot of people out there putting putting some nasty stuff out there about it. And he hasn't opened his mouth and said a whole lot about it that I know of. But I'm waiting until after this thing is all over with, and they write their check and pay him for whatever he did, and then to see what he say after that. I'm waiting to see. I'm giving the benefit of the doubt. So,
well, go ahead.
what do you got to say? We got other stuff we got to talk about.
Well, my thing is, and of course, I don't sleep at night. I look at a lot of talk shows, on YouTube and C-SPAN and all that. And the thing that really puzzles me, and it's not a puzzle, it's just that we have a government that is very secretive of what their goals and what they're trying to do for this country and for the world. When you have all these alphabet suits suits. There's, like the CIA, the FBI, and on and on. Different organizations, all kinds of organizations within the government. They all have their mission. And some of their mission is the enemy within. And a lot of times people don't even know who we're living by or who's in our neighborhood or who's in our community, because we are supposed to be a free nation, so people come and live the way they want to live and what have you. But there are people that have so many different ideologies and even religious reality, political reality, ideologies, economic stuff. And it's competition, because you're going to always have these drifters or these leaders who comes up with certain things philosophies that they believe in, and people will follow them. And this country is supposed to be about freedom, liberty, justice for all. But at the same time, there are people that don't agree with everything that the government does. Now, we already got set standards, Ed. You have Social Security, you have Medicare, you have Medicaid, you have housing assistance, you have SNAP, you have all of those safety nets that are secure for those people who has worked their whole life to earn those types of benefits. And at the same time, it's your responsibility as an adult to save your money, invest your money, and have also, some extra money to retire on. However, there are people that try to break those norms. We have over 1 million police officers across this country. We have militias, we have what they call National Guards, all of that's going on. And the question is, what is the biggest thing that really helps people as a whole? And they're not doing it, the government, in my opinion. They're not doing it. They're not educating the people properly. They're not training the people properly. All of those things are not happening. But there are a segment of people in this country that's doing very, very well. And that's the top 10%. Their houses are paid for. They got a good retirement. All of that. But it's the rest of the people. It used to be, if a household was making 75, I'm talking about 40, 45 years ago now. If your household was making 75,000, you was in the middle class. And, you can afford a house, you can get a couple of cars and raise your children and all of that. But now, if you're not making household is not making 150,000, at least 120 to 100 and up. So, and then they say the average salary now is like $45,000, $50,000 household. That's the median. You can't live off of $50,000. You got a family of 2 or 4 kids. You can just barely make it, but the bottom line is, you lacking in a whole lot of other areas. So when I look at the government and all the things that they try to do, we hear the Democratic side saying we care about the people. And now we hear about the Republicans. They're saying we want to cut everything we can to try to eliminate this debt. Well, they've been talking about that shit for ever since the debt started going up. So tell me, we can't depend on the government. The only thing you can depend on is your family. And then you can't really protect your family because these people can do whatever they want to do. They can come for you by the IRS. They can come for you, police officers. Make up stuff, all kind of stuff. So that's what I got. That's what I'm looking at. When I look at Martin Luther King Day, I look at the things that he tried to do to uplift Black people and bring other people along. He wasn't segregated. He wanted integration. So I look at that and I say, in so many ways we have progress, but in so many ways we have stayed the same.
Okay.
That's what I got.
Well, I got a couple of things, maybe three. It all depends if we got enough time or not, because we're probably going to be talking about this for just a little bit. A couple of weeks ago, we heard the president-elect, now the president again, open his mouth and say something. And he brought three things up. He said, I want to make Canada our 51st state. I'm going to go up there and we're going to invade Greenland.
I already know what you're getting ready to say. Go ahead.
And I'm going to go and change the name of the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of America. Well, as he opened his mouth and he said those things, he has everybody that I hear on these stations and stuff who just pick this crap up and everything, and they just throw it all out there. What is he going to do? What is he going to do? Well, the man said most of the time he just says this crap because he wants the news media to follow him, just keep on saying what he got to say. What he just does this and stuff so they can fire him up and they can just go crazy with it. Well, now we having people and stuff, and Canada says, hey, well, why don't we, if we don't want to be a part of you guys, so why don't California come in and be our 11th province in the country of Canada? But what if what he said was true? What if he made Canada, or Canada became our 51st state?
What if?
What if it happened? What if? Because he didn't, when he opened his mouth, he just said something. What if they became our 51st state? What would happen?
Here in Florida.
What would happen? What would happen if
Florida,
he made them our 51st state?
Here in Florida, we have hundreds of thousands of Canadians.
Mm-hmm.
They call them bird something. I forget the name. And they come
call
here.
Them winter birds.
Whatever. But the bottom line is they move into a lot of them, some of them, regular homes and condominiums, and they leave them empty and then they go back up to Canada. But during the winter months, they come here. They live just like Americans. They live in mobile homes. Some of them got little mobile homes and they stay. Some of them got recreational vehicles and they ride around different parts of the country and they just live their lifestyle and how they want to. because here you can tell the difference. In the winter months, the traffic is ridiculous. And this is a little small area of town from Tampa. It's always traffic. They're coming down from Canada and wherever else. Might be coming from New York and different colder areas. But the bottom line is that the Canadians, and a lot of them become dual citizens.
What if they made Canada the 51st state?
Now, the reason why I said that is that it is not impossible.
What if it happened?
But
What
if
would
it
happen?
happens, if
What
it
would
happens,
happen if they became the 51st state?
if it happens, then if they actually became the 51st state, because they haven't even made DC the
Okay.
51st state.
Right. But what happened if, because he already offered to make them the 51st state now. He already
Well,
offered, you can become our
didn't they
51st
just put
state.
somebody in that's conservative?
What would happen if they made Canada our 51st state?
That means all of those Canadians can vote.
And what else would happen?
They would have two senators.
And what else would happen?
They would have Congress people.
And what else would happen?
That would be a budget.
Okay, and what else?
I don't know, Ed. What else? Where are you getting at?
They would have enough electoral college votes to elect the president of the United States from henceforth.
Depending on how they vote.
They're going to vote for, because how do they vote and stuff now? They are a democratic society. They are very, very liberal in their ideas and stuff of what they're doing. They are very liberal people. So they're going to, and the reason why they invited California and the West Coast to come in to be their provinces and everything, because they know that those are liberal states. And they're going to vote liberal. So with California, New York, and them, they're going to have enough electoral college vote. I don't care what the heck happened in red state. They're going to have enough electoral college vote, more than any other state in the union. So they're going to be able to put anybody in office that they want to put in office, because they control the electoral college votes.
That's a one way to look at it.
Yep, that's one way of looking at it. Hey man, it's a mess. Before you open your mouth, you should think. Okay, that's what idiots do. They open their mouth and they don't think before they say something. Now,
he opened his mouth.
He opened his mouth. He opened his mouth, and he can create a big problem for himself and his folks and his MAGA folks.
He don't know their political persuasion. That's what it is.
He has no idea what he's talking about. He doesn't think. That's what happens with it. That's why he opened his mouth and said, "I'm going to increase the tariffs to China 100%. I'm going to." Then he said, "I'm going to increase the tariffs to Canada and to Mexico." And what he say that for? He put them people on alert. And they saying to themselves, "We ain't letting this fool do this stuff to us." So the next thing that the president of Mexico did is say, "Damn you, I'm going to trade with your buddy, your arch enemy, China," and sign an agreement with him.
I done seen pictures of her sitting with Chinese people.
They signed them up. And she said, "I'm going to the European Union. I'm going to sign a trade agreement with them." Damn you guys in United States. You want to be an isolationist? We're going to isolate you. Before you open your mouth, you ought to think about what the hell you getting ready to say. And I'm pretty sure Canada probably doing the same damn thing. They go on and sign agreements with all these other folks and stuff and everything, because they ain't got to trade with the United States. They can trade with somebody else. So before you open your daggone mouth and stick your foot in there, you better think about what you're saying. If these people do what they say they're going to do, you are going to hurt this country. Not only you ain't gonna be raising the prices up and everything with the tariffs and stuff, these people are gonna start trading with other partners around the world. They ain't got to trade with you. You ain't the big dog on the block, brother. They would love to do it. You done just upset it in apple cart. You done turned that bitch over, and the apples is running everywhere. And he's sitting down there saying he's getting ready to do all this crap. But guess what? Just like you and I have been saying to you for the last 3 weeks when we said that stuff, he ain't said a damn thing about China no more. Not one word about increasing their tariffs. Not one word has he said. And when girlfriend jumped on him and stuff, he ain't said nothing about, about Mexico or Canada anymore about raising the tariffs up. Now, you know, them trillionaires up there on Wall Street ain't going to allow that stuff to happen. You ain't going to mess up our money. We are on an international economy now, not the U.S.
Yeah, that's right.
We on an
Say it
international.
again, bro.
We
A lot
on
of
the
people don't know it.
international economy, brother.
They
You
don't know it,
can't
man.
mess with these folks over there. You can't be in isolationist country. It ain't going to happen.
And you have these major corporations are international corporations.
Absolutely, and all of it. Apple, everybody, they do business outside of our borders. A lot of business outside of our borders. Every major one sitting up there on the stock market, the Wall Street market, all of them, NASDAQ, every last one of them, they do business outside of this country. You can't upset that. Back in 2016, yes, you did something and you screwed the place up, but you tried to correct it, giving these farmers what the heck they wanted and stuff, passing out money to them and everything to placate them because you screwed up when you told China you were going to increase their tariff. And you're going to do it again? You're going to open your mouth? Dumb dumb. These people ain't going to take that crap.
See, the one thing that I don't think that Trump realized is that you don't realize China is for China. Russia is for Russia. That's it. Now, a country like Iran, they run through because they're big religious type, mostly their leadership. They do business with Iran, bro.
Absolutely. They
Both
just
of them.
Russia just signed an agreement with Iran to be
That's
a
what I'm
partner.
saying. And
They
China.
just China just signed one with Iran to be their
Yeah,
partner.
that's what I'm
What are
saying.
what is Dum Dum doing? Duh. What is he doing? Oh. And guess what? TikTok says we gonna put our service back on because Daddy Trump said he gonna straighten this mess out.
It's back on.
Duh.
It was only out of order for 14 hours.
Duh. Who caused it to happen in the first place? Do you remember?
Oh,
Daddy
he was
Trump.
against it.
He was the president when it happened. When they told TikTok that they couldn't do business in this country. Trump was the one that told them that. He was the one that said it and got Congress to they're going to prove it. He was the one that started that mess. Now all of a sudden, Big Daddy Trump go clean it up. He caused it.
Now, I was on TikTok last night, and they was giving all kind of praises to President Obama. I don't know I was trying to figure out. Well, how did he get into it? The mix.
Trump was the one that caused the Congress to put them on notice and stuff and everything. He was the president when this crap happened, when Congress first passed that law against them. He was the president. And now he gonna come in and save the day. Here come Daddy Trump riding in to save the day. And everybody on TikTok, everybody else thinking, Yep, Trump done saved us, and we're going to keep it going. Duh, don't you remember? He was the one that did it in the first place. Oh,
People
Lord.
got short memory, bro.
People got very short memory, Ted. They don't remember nothing. Not one thing do they remember what's going on. Now, we got to talk about people over there in Los Angeles. My poor folks over there in Altadena. What they gonna do? Now, what's the difference between Altadena and the Pacific Palisades and Malibu, all the other places that got burned up?
We already know, Ed. We already know.
We already know. One of them got what, and the other one ain't got what. So what's going to happen here with Altadena? How can we save them folks? How can we save them?
Well, I mean, I don't know exactly what the population is. I didn't see it, but I'm thinking that it's well over 30,000, 35,000.
How can we save them people? What can we say to them? What can we do to save them?
Well, I mean, fundraisers. That's what they're gonna be
4 and
doing.
5 generations of them gone by, and they still got their property, and that stuff back about a month ago was worth $1.5 million for their properties, and now it's all burnt down.
Yeah.
They don't have the money to fix the place back up. So what can they do? Well, the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to sit back and wait, because I'm pretty sure that some of them folks over there who got money, them venture capitalists and all the other people over there, they sitting over there now and they licking their chops. They looking over there out to dinner and they licking their chops. And they getting ready to come over there and try to rape them people. And they getting ready to tell them, your property burnt down, you ain't got enough money to put it back up. Yes, the attorney general says that she's going to try to get the insurance company to pay all y'all money back, at least some of it. But she ain't gonna. I guess he's a guy, right? He ain't gonna be able to get all the money back, because the reason why the people left in the first place is they knew that what they would have to, that if they had to pay all that money to rebuild them places up there, they would be bankrupt. It would bankrupt the insurance company. So what did those being companies, the insurance company did? They took off and left. So we ain't paying a dime, and we're gonna have to fight this stuff in court. They're gonna lose. The insurance company gonna lose, but it might be 2 or 3 years before they do. So during that time, what do you think those big executives that those insurance companies are gonna be doing? They're gonna be trying to make as much money as they can, stash it away, and rip the insurance companies off so they can keep that money and put it in their pocket and their executive pocket, and forget about those folks. And whatever's left over, they're gonna give it to the attorney general in the state of California. And there ain't enough money, Ted, to help them people to fix their houses back up. But hold on, people in Altadena. Congress passed an act called the Stafford Act. You remember that?
I remember hearing about it.
The
I don't
Stafford
remember
Act.
reading about it.
It's the Stafford Act. And in that act, any national disaster that happened in your area and stuff, they have to pay to clean up that area. That money comes from the federal government, and them knuckleheads sitting up there, them MAGA folks up there, can't stop that money. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to collect my money that I'm going to get for cleaning up my property, get it all cleaned up. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to wait for my attorney general to start distributing some of that money that I'm going to get back from the insurance company. They might not be able to get all of it back from them, but they're going to get quite a bit. and start rebuilding what I have right down there. If I only got to do nothing, but if I got a lot out there, I'm gonna put a trailer or wherever I got to put on there, a manufactured home or whatever. After I get my money, and I'm gonna keep my daggone property and stuff there, because eventually I'm gonna be able to rebuild my home. Because them folks over there, they got prime property up there, Ted. Them people living up in them mountains and them hills, and these rich folks, they want that land so bad it's a crying shame. They want that land, and they waiting on them folks over there to give up.
That's why the leaders in that community are telling those people not to sell.
Don't sell. Do not sell your property. Do what you have to do, but do not sell your property. It is worth millions of dollars for you. That's what I wanted to say. There's a way, people. Do not do it. I don't know if these executives or whatever is explaining all this stuff to you just like I am. I'm trying to explain this stuff to you, what you can do. There is monies out there to do some parts of rebuilding. Because you know what them folks in the Pacific Palisades doing and all them other areas that got all that money. They're going to take their staff with money and they're going to get their property all cleaned out, and they got them millions of dollars that they can take out of their pockets and stuff and everything and rebuild their homes. And then when the Attorney General gets whatever money from them insurance companies that they got us dove out, they're going to get their piece of that daggone pie. They won't get all their money back. They're going to be able to live and rebuild their stuff back up. Whereas other poor folks over there, they're not going to be able to do it because they won't have enough money. Hold on.
Well, I was pretty close. There was like 42,000 population.
Hold on, people in out there, then hold on. It's a long road, but there's a light down there. Hold on to your property. It's valuable. Somebody want it. And they're going to be coming at them. I mean, them folks going to be coming at them. They're going to be calling them up, trying to figure out where they at or whatever they're going to do to try to get them to sell their property to them.
And some people will sell.
And some people will probably sell. And some of them probably will. But the rest of them who can hold on and do whatever you can do and stuff, hold on, people, hold on. Keep your property.
Well, Pacific Palisades, everybody wasn't living in high homes, but those homes, I'm sure, were well over $1 million. A lot of them 800, 1.5, 2 million out homes, valued as well. That's 23,000 population. So they got to do the same thing.
The ones who can't afford it, because there's a whole lot of them who can afford to do that, to build their houses back.
Oh yeah. A lot of them over there
can build their houses back because they got that money.
They can hold off, and they got a few $1 million stashed away they can live off of, and buy maybe a little small condominium somewhere.
And then start rebuilding their property back up. Because the Attorney General here in California, they're going to get some of that money back for their people, because the insurance companies, they cannot run away and not pay them people that money. They just running away so they can hide and hold on to that money as long as they can. And maybe Daddy Trump will help them. I don't know.
You don't know what he's going to do.
He might figure out a way to help them.
Let me ask you a question. What else you got?
I had one other thing, but that's all. You can go ahead.
No, I ain't got nothing. Up.
Yeah,
I'm sort of kind of like waiting until the action started hitting, bro. Because right now, ain't nothing happening. But pretty soon,
there's a lot happening.
Gonna break loose.
There's a whole lot happening. Oh, we ain't forgot, man. What? Little Joe. He woke up this morning.
Who?
Little Joe.
Little Joe? Who was that?
Joe Biden. He woke up this morning and He pardoned all his family. Every last one of them, all his
Guess
kids,
who else he?
everybody.
Guess who he pardoned?
He even did his family. He said, pardon my
Guess
family
who
too.
else he pardoned?
Yeah. Huh?
Marcus Garvey.
Who?
Marcus Garvey.
Marcus is dead.
He still pardoned him.
Oh, he did? Oh. He pardoned everybody he could think of. He pardoned all of them. He got out. He said, "I'm getting everybody. I'm getting the police from the Capitol Police. All of them. I'm pardoning every last one of them because they might get them." He pardoned everybody who was in the January 6th committee, even the witnesses. He pardoned all of them. He got the generals. He said every general to open their mouth and said something against him. I pardoned all of them too. Go on, little Joe. Oh man. He said, I don't care.
He's setting up the roadblock so that any kind of mess.
Anybody he thought Trump might be in a mess with, he can't bother none of them.
Ain't gonna be no bunch of lawsuits, bro.
Yeah, he can't do nothing with them. Leave him alone. I'll pardon every last one of them. But that's what I had to say, man. I had to call out little Joe. He walking out, walked out that door, man, and pardon everybody. If he thought about somebody pardon, yeah, you got it.
He pardoned a whole lot of Republicans too now.
They put your name on the list. Yeah, he did. Adams is a Kansas girl that he was on the committee. He pardoned him. He got all of them. He said he got all them girls that came in there and talked about him and stuff who was in his cabinet or whatever. He pardoned all of them. Said, yep. I don't want that son of a gun messing with you all at all.
Well, good for him. Good for him. Did he pardon my girl from Baltimore? I haven't read anything about that.
I don't know if he did or not. I don't even know if she asked for one. I don't know. I forgot about her. Anyway, final word, brother.
Well, before we go, and this is my final word. What do you think? And we talked about this, and it's out there. One, they did Bezos did a $40 million documentary for the present First Lady. Two, the thing is, to me, is that this oligarchy is real. Anytime you have somebody threatening to buy MSNBC, you know that they've already, they plan on breaking up all of these different entities that they have with their company. They're trying to sell them off, or they're going to break them off to separate businesses from NBC. Because right now MSNBC is connected to NBC, and NBC want to branch out and take them off. So this is what's happening now. We're not going to have any kind of opposition communications.
Unknown caller.
So this is going to be real. This is real stuff, because they already got the radio airwaves. They already got a lot of the internet airwaves, and now they're going to have TV airwaves as far as the news. That's the problem. Because, see, a lot of these people are very persuasive and they are heavily influenced and salespeople. And a lot of stuff sounds like good common sense that they're saying. But at the bottom line, the underlying thing is they coming for you. They can say all the little flowery words and all of this, we are patriots, we are Americans, we this, we that, we're religious, we believe in Jesus Christ and all that. But they coming for you. Not you personally, but they coming for you. And they got a long game, bro. It took them 50 years to get rid of Roe. They got a long game. They took away a lot of the civil rights ordinance. They got a long game, bro. And here we are allowing them to do it. Elon Musk talking about buying MSNBC.
Well, sometimes, Ted, you have to look at at, at, at lemons and stuff and try to make lemonades out of them. It might not be a bad idea for them to even think about doing that. Might not be a bad idea. I'm gonna think about that. There might be a silver lining there somewhere.
Oh yeah,
But
it's definitely a
but
silver lining.
yeah, as you can see and stuff out there are a lot of opposition folks and stuff coming online. They're coming online. They're streaming stuff out there and everything so people can be able to see it. They're going on YouTube. They're going on all of them to say to bring opposition to whatever this Trump gang, these gangs up there, these criminal gangs and stuff. I call them Trump. You know, Mr. Diaper and his gang that they
You're
are
talking about the
trying to.
felon, the felon.
The felon, Dapper Dan, Dapper Don, the felon, Dapper Don, the felon. Okay, all his gang, they're coming out and they're trying to control the media out there. And we know this is happening, but there are also other folks out there, Ted, who know what's happening. And I know I've seen it, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it. There are other agencies and stuff coming out, and they are putting media and stuff out there for people to listen to talk to about, to bring that truth and stuff out there to what's going on. That was one of those groups and stuff was the one that I've picked up and everything who kind of reminded me, doo-doo-doo, Ed, you dumb son of a gun. Trump was the one who started this. Don't you remember? Oh, and then the light came on. So sometimes we have to listen to other folks and everything and find out exactly some of the things because I missed that. I really missed that. And that's how I brought that up now on this show here to let other people know that Trump was the one that really started this TikTok mess in the first daggone place. But I had forgotten about that he had done that. So listening to some of these other agencies and stuff out there who are putting their word out there. So it ain't gonna be missed and stuff because they're gonna buy MSNBC or whatever the heck happened. We're gonna still be able to get our news and stuff. We're just gonna have to find it from a different method, a different avenue. So it's out there, man. I'm telling you, people are coming on. And your buddy out there, what's this? He's on this show and stuff and everything. The one you be listening to sometime. He has his own little old show and everything out there, and um, he be talking legal stuff and everything. I forget his name now, but anyway, that old boy, he done started out about a year or so ago. He only had like 200 some thousand followers. That old boy hitting 4 million.
Ooh.
4 million people who are subscribing to his station there. Man, the Midas touch.
Oh yeah.
He's getting more people and some of them shows on MSNBC here.
Yep.
He said, I was looking to him the other day. He said, I'm reaching 4 million people, so I need just a few more people to hit over that 4 million mark. So there are a lot of people out there listening to him, man. He got a good show on, man. Wherever he talks, man, he got some good stuff going. So He's filling in that gap in.
I agree.
The Midas touch. Anyway, anything else? Oh, I see your boy Lamar got mad last night. He got on the show and everything, and I don't know who that number 89 was. That dropped them passes that he threw at him and stuff. He lost that game. He got pissed at that old boy, man, on the news thing, man. And he literally said he ain't gonna be here next year. And then he had to apologize. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to talk about my players. He was mad, man. He dropped them passes. 2 of them. Both of them was in his head. One of them, the man took it away from him. he caught it. He took it away from him. Then the other one, he sat there in the end zone with a 2-point play. He dropped that one. He said, "Oh no, we can't. We can't have this stuff going on here."
Right in his hands, bro.
In his hands.
It's almost like he did it on purpose.
Man, it does. It's like he just did on purpose. Oh, man, he's a professional player. He all by himself. He could have caught that, man. Wasn't nobody even around him on the extra point. They wasn't even around him. At least the other one, somebody just knocked it out of his hand. He pissed him off, man. Bro, man, got up there and was talking, and then he finally said, "Oh, I'm sorry, I don't mean to talk about it." But he said he ain't gonna be here next year.
Well, see, now they know, they realize now you have to have home advantage.
But
that's the bottom line. You have to have home advantage.
But Lamar and them probably still could have won that game. But that boy had caught that pass, man, out
Oh
there
yeah,
in the middle of the
yeah,
field.
I agree.
Yeah.
I didn't even want to listen to the
that
post.
was devastating for them.
I didn't want to hear it. I didn't want to hear none of it because, as far as I'm concerned, it almost looked like it was fixed.
Yeah.
I mean, I ain't saying it was, but I'm just saying it looks like it was.
Yeah, and cause bro, man, he played his butt off, man. I'm telling you, I mean, he played his butt off, man. To have them boys drop that pass like that, man, that would hurt him.
And that's what you asked for. That's all you asked for.
Right.
Was a shot, and he got the shot, and
He
it
had
was
the
right
shot.
there, and boom.
And it was there. He had it in his hands. You were a professional ball player. You got to hold that stuff. Well,
like it was
so
out of the way.
now, what we gonna see here about Philly and the Commanders? Yeah, they did an interview with.
I'm pulling for DC, bro.
They did an interview with Brother Carter, and they asked him about him, and he said, "Yeah, he good." They say he good. He good.
I'm pulling for DC.
You going with DC?
I'm pulling for him, DC. I ain't saying they're gonna win it, but I'm pulling for DC. That boy is bad.
Yeah, he said he bad, but I believe they're gonna get him though. I believe I got Philly. I mean, I can't go without Jalen.
And they're gonna be playing in Philly too.
Right, they're playing in Philly, so I got to go with Jalen. I got to go with Jalen in the game. They got some good defensive linemen. Like I said, them boys on the defensive line and stuff for Nolan
All they
Smith,
gotta do is hit them real good,
Carter,
bro.
Nolan Smith, Carter, all of them played against him. They know him. They played against him in college. They know that boy bad.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But
who you got for KC and
man, you can't throw KC away, man. But Buffalo ain't gonna be it. Now, where the game played at?
KC.
Oh well, the KC all the way. They going to the Super Bowl again. They're gonna be in New Orleans. KC gonna be in New Orleans. That's a given. You can bet on that. KC gonna be in New Orleans. Now, who gonna be in from the other side? Yeah, I don't know. But I tell you what, if the Commanders do reach the Super Bowl, that little old rascal, his folks and stuff, man, is gonna be hitting whoever the owner is, Washington and stuff, gonna be paying that boy big bucks next year.
Woo!
Big bucks next year.
Already, bro.
Huh?
He took that team from 4 wins last year.
I know it. That's what I'm saying. They're gonna pay him some big bucks next year. He's due for a huge, huge, huge contract next year. He's gonna be up there with Jalen uh Jalen Hurt money. 250, 250 mil. He's gonna be getting that Jalen Hurt money. If you take him to the Super Bowl, that's what's gonna happen. Even if he don't win it, just to get him there. He's looking at that big money. He's looking at that Jalen Hurt big money. So I like to see him do it, but I don't know if he can. I don't know if he's gonna be able to beat Philly in Philly.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
gonna
know
be
if
a
they're
tough
gonna beat them
assignment.
at Philly. It's gonna be tough to beat them in Philly. And if it's cold outside, just like it was Sunday, and it's snow on the ground, you're gonna have a difficult time.
Did you
Man,
see that running back do 50+ yards?
That man,
50+
that boy, he ran for 100, and they say total he ran for 190 some yards, man, yesterday.
Yeah, 205, I think it was.
205. Oh man, I didn't know he got that high. 290 some dollars. And one of them, he broke out that left side, man, and it was all over. He beat everybody down the field. He turned around. He wanted to give the ball. I said, he's showing out now.
Whew.
Man, it's gonna be a
That was
good.
pretty good games. I kind of enjoyed it. I ain't got no favorite in this, but but I'm not coming against KC. That's all I gotta say. That boy, that quarterback, man, he is just, he knows how to win, bro.
Hey man, Josh Allen, he did pretty good yesterday.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give him his kudos too.
He did pretty good.
That's a rough boy. That's a rough
But he
boy.
ain't gonna. I don't believe Buffalo gonna be able to beat them boys. I really don't. And not at their home field anyway. Not at Kansas City. They ain't got a snowball chance in hell of beating them in Kansas City. So anyway, brother. Anyway, folks, we shall see you all tomorrow. Bye bye.